1, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'd like to welcome you to Week 10 of the NFFL, the Nexus Fantasy Football League. I'm your guest host for this week, Alex A-Town Antoine.
A-Town.
And
I am your commissioner, the Heffinator.
all hail the commish.
All hail the commish. Oh, by the way, I won.
Yes, you did. And
I did win.
And I lost. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that in a little bit. But first, we got to start off with the Week 9 recap. And then we get to the awards. We're going to start with Week 9, the recap. Let's start with the first matchup. Why don't you talk about the first matchup?
The first matchup was the Heffinators versus Coney Island's Finest. Heffinators take it by 138.8 against the Coney Island's Finest measly 72. A second week in a row where the Finest has just not been.
Nope.
Not been.
They've been gone since they made that trade.
Oh, yeah. Killed them terribly, sir. Woo.
I don't know what to say with his team. I actually thought he was going to be good this year. But the problem now is you made the trade and you've been... I think he's lost 7 straight, actually.
Yeah, he's... Ever since week 2, it's just...
What happened, Shane? Come on, man. What you did?
Terrible.
Terrible. We're going to move on to the next matchup, but I'll take this one.
Yeah,
we got none other than the funky Kyle Martinez going against the undefeated Dirty Sanchez. And you know what? I have to keep saying it because she's still undefeated, and she beat you.
Bullshit! Continue.
Okay, well, I'm going to say the score, then you can rant, because we know he's going to rant. So we got, you had 77.7, lucky 7 you think, but the undefeated Dirty Sanchez gets 106. What do you think about that loss that you were put?
Right.
You know what? Let him talk.
Yes, this is part 1 of my rants for this week. This is the angry rant. What the fuck? All right? I'm watching the Redskins and Carolina game. I had a lot of players in that game. I had RG3, and then I had Jonathan Stewart. I also had Steve. He had Steve Smith, and I had Santana Moss. I was robbed of at least 21 points in that damn game. All right? First of all of a sudden RG3 can't score a touchdown to save his life. And then when he did, he scored 2 touchdowns. Both were taken back because of bad line play. His fucking offensive line just fucked up and I lost them both. That's bullshit number 1 and bullshit number 2. Then you have Jonathan Stewart. Doing great. He was doing great. Then you give it to DeAngelo Williams, and he vultures my first touchdown.
That's true. He did vulture it.
Vultures my touchdown.
30 yards, too.
And then they get it to the goal line. You would think, give it to Jonathan. But no, Cam Crybaby Newton wants to go do it himself. Do it, Superman. Fuck your Superman. That was my touchdown. You stole, your motherfucker. It was mine. And you know what makes this all worse? Is that the amount of bullshit that I went through, she had it just as bad. All right? First of all, she made the dumb choice not to put in McKellar Shaw, and my dude scores 3 touchdowns. Just killing it. Mind you, taking away points from her quarterback. Keep the man in it, Matt Stafford. Didn't score any touchdowns. McKellar Shaw scored all 3, and she had him on the bench. That should have been the first sign that things were going to go my way. But no, it didn't. Then we go to the second half of the day with the second part of games. Antonio Brown. I had Antonio Brown and Heath Miller. You would think he's good. He's going to, obviously, but no, in the third play, Antonio Brown runs for a bomb, and he breaks his fucking ankle. I don't know if he break it or strain it, I don't know. Strained it.
Strained his ankle.
And he's out for the rest of the fucking day. But you would think that would be bad. Then she has Percy Harvin, and the man strains his ankle. It was so bad, my dude dropped the ball, yelling in pain. That should have been a solid. What the hell? That's bullshit.
And she didn't have AJ Green.
And AJ Green, she traded to this guy.
And he did good.
And he did awesome. What the fuck? Why? You know what I call this? This is witchcraft. Irina Pinho is a witch. This was her lowest scoring game to date. All right, I missed her under 130. All right, I don't hit 130, but at least I win. And yet all this bullshit happens where I don't get anything. That's some bull witchcraft. I called it today. That's week one, part one of my rant. This is the angry rant. The happy rant comes later, but we'll get to that later. Let's continue.
All right, so we're going to continue. This is actually your next game, so you can discuss the next game.
Which one? Ryan Leaf?
Ryan Leaf.
Yes, next we have Ryan Leaf's comeback versus the Trees. Ryan Leaf's comeback takes it with 151.9 against the Trees 138.9.
You know that shouldn't happen, right?
That we will get to why there's no way that should have happened. Mark, this is all on you.
Twice.
We'll get to it, but this is all on you. There's no way this should have happened for you, man. You should have learned after last week.
Yeah.
That was.
I have to agree with that.
That come on now.
That was terrible.
And because not only that, it pisses me off because now you have to see your actions affect other people. Had you did what you should have done, we'll get to it. He would have lost, and our division would have stayed tied. But no, thanks to your recklessness, he now leads our division, and I'm behind Sophia. That's bullshit, sir. All right, things could have been nice. People, realize that your choices affect other people. I had to suffer for this bad choice. I didn't even realize until today how bad that was for me.
That was
terrible.
That really hurt.
Go to the next one.
The next one. This is a fucking amazing matchup. This was Lay That Ass going against the Replacements, and Lay That Ass takes the victory. But this is the best part. She wins. She got 104. And Alyssa gets 103.8. 8! You lost by 0.2! Holy shit! I was watching the game, I was like, oh, Vic gets one pass. It was one pass, it was first and goal, one pass!
You beat the previous with me and Sean, but this is even worse, man. You just needed one run. One pass. One something. Oh. I guarantee you, all the sacks that Vic took that game, I bet you one of those, had he not got sacked, that we wouldn't even be talking about.
Exactly. It's fucking insane. I cannot believe it. And the worst was because Lena had, obviously we all know, had her little issue that occurred with the hurricane.
Yes.
I had to do her lineup for her because I felt bad. I don't want her to get fucked over. She couldn't do her lineup. So I took Dwayne Bowe out. He got 13 points. I put Des Bryant in. I think he got like 2. So I would have been really hearing it from her, but wow.
You kind of dodged the bullet on that one.
I sweat on that one. Holy shit, that was crazy. What a great game, though. That was a great game. Alyssa, you were like, first you thought you were done, then all of a sudden you were like, oh, wait a minute. Fuck! Fuck, he threw it in there. There's nobody there. Where are you throwing it?
That was a bad.
And you know who I blame, though? The Philadelphia offensive line.
I actually was about to say that, yeah. You can't blame Vic. Vic is a good quarterback.
He is very good.
But his line, he gets no support at all.
Absolutely not.
And not to mention the defense. That's a whole other terrible thing by itself. But that offensive line, each one of those motherfuckers should be fired.
Yeah.
All right, they don't know how to, I don't know, they're not used to blocking for a guy like Vic, or they're just that bad.
They're just that bad.
The man gets no protection. He's getting punch drunk where he doesn't know what he's doing when he's up here. His own brother had to send a tweet, please trade my brother off this team. All right, because that's how bad it is. That's terrible. Sorry, that's my phone, which I thought I had shut off, but let's jam until it ends.
It's the Nexus jam.
It goes again. Now it's over. All right.
And that ends that, so I hope you enjoyed that.
That was a nice little interlude. And let's go to the final game. Lotus Flower Bomb. Against
the Bone Crushers. The Bone Crushers. I love saying the Bone Crushers name. It's one of my favorite teams, actually. Not anymore, because we'll get into that. The fact is the Bone Crushers. You know what they went and they did?
He went and continued his streak on beating on African Americans and women. That's all I'm saying. Continue. I'm just saying.
I was going to say that he crushed the bones this week. He crushed her bones. Flowers don't have bones, but he crushed it anyway. But yes, you did beat only women and black people, so that's pretty bad. I wonder who he voted for. Get your votes out there, by the way.
Make sure you vote.
Vote for whoever you want. I mean, personally, I would say vote for Obama, but that's what I'm doing.
Obviously, who I'm voting for.
I mean, that's
Mitt Romney, duh.
Of course, right, you know.
Oh, mind you, Bone Crushers did win 163.6 to 85.5.
And he crushed her bones. I didn't get my bones crushed though.
No.
I didn't get my bones
White
crushed.
folks, white men don't get bones crushed.
We don't get our bones crushed, but we gotta get into the best part. Everybody loves this part. We gotta get into the award show. We don't even have like a little trophy, like a little Oscar, just like for you, but they're not gonna get it anyway.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The real award counts at the end. By the way, we also decided on the name of the trophy. The name of the trophy is gonna be known as the Crown.
The Crown.
So you will be crowned either King of the Nexus or. I hope not, but Queen of the Nexus.
I hope not too.
And the championship is known as the Nexus Bowl.
Nexus Bowl.
Bowl. Who do you think is going to be in there?
Honestly,
he's hoping that it's the Funky Comedy.
I'm really hoping it's the Funky Comedy.
I was originally going to say it might have been the Bound Crushers, but
no, not anymore.
We're going to get into that one in a little bit, but we got to get into the awards. Let's start off with none of the first thing everybody loves, the MVP.
And this week's MVP is.
The Bone Crushers, they crushed those bones. They got MVP for the third time.
That's
very, 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 very impressive.
Not anymore, though.
Oh, but you don't crush the bones this one. Damn, that sucks.
Next we have
the hurting for the squirting. Somebody's hurting for a squirting.
For the second week in a row, Mr. Shane. No, not even. I'm sorry.
It happened twice, though.
It has happened for the second time.
Yeah.
It has happened. Shane, Coney Island's finest, with 72 points, sir.
Oh, my God.
For shame. I don't know what to say.
For shame for Shane. That's a good one.
Bazinga.
The next though, we got somebody got knocked the fuck out. Somebody got knocked the fuck out this week. And it's none other than Lotus Flower Bomb. She got knocked the fuck out by 77.1.
See, this is what happens when you put your whole faith on one team.
And when you play the Bone Crushers, the previous Bone Crushers.
And also the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's true. Yeah, that's Come on.
See, I'm going to destroy you because you won't even have any of them. I can't wait. Next, we have coulda.
They woulda.
Woulda. Shoulda.
They definitely
seriously shoulda.
Seriously shoulda.
But you did it, which baffles the mind. You take this.
Well, I'll tell you right now, he could have done it. He would have done it. And honestly, we all know, especially after last week, you should have did it. Mark gets coulda, woulda, shoulda for not starting on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Douglas Martin.
Douglas Martin.
Didn't you say this last week? This wasn't the same shoulda, coulda, woulda last week as well?
Yeah, Doug Martin. 50-something points.
I think almost 55 points. The man just couldn't stop. I'm watching the game. I'm like, wow, he's really up. He's going again.
We were watching the Red Zone channel, and each game break,
they say, "Oh, we got to go back to Tampa Bay."
Going to Tampa Bay and Oakland,
and we would joke and say, "Oh, it's Doug Martin." Little you know, you see Doug Martin. I'm like, wow, he's just. Not
and we're
stopping.
sitting there going, "I wonder if Mark started." No.
And every time we do, he would do the Doug. Teach me how to every time because Dougie'd at the touchdown.
Oh.
Terrible, sir.
Absolutely. And last but not least, you can take this one.
We have the Heartbreaker.
I know how it feels to get the Heartbreaker award.
Not this bad. Not this bad.
This is terrible. Oh my God.
Alyssa lost by 0.2.
0.2! Oh my God.
And we saw it happen live. Even in the Facebook, you could see us say, I'm creeping, I'm getting it. No! 0.2.
It was first and goal.
First and goal!
First and goal. And they needed one pass.
One pass.
And I'm surprised the Saints didn't say, fuck it, what's the point? You know, even if they score, we're still going to win. No.
The Saints said, no, Alyssa. You don't get it. You get the Heartbreaker. That's what you get.
You got the Heartbreaker.
Heartbreaker.
Your heart was breaking.
And this is the worst. I don't think it's impossible. I think to get any worse than this. So you will take the top Heartbreaker award when we get at the end of the season.
Absolutely.
I doubt anyone's going to lose by 0.1 because if they do, then
that's really bad. They should jump out the window.
0.2.
Just don't play fantasy football anymore.
Yeah, because
wow,
that's it for the awards.
That's it for your recap and awards. But we will be back.
We're not done.
Oh, we're not done.
We have some things to talk about.
Oh, wait a minute, my bad.
This is part 2 of my rant, and this goes on to Sir Hand the Man. For the glorious trade you made, sir, that to this day you're still defending. I like to tell a little story for you. It's me. I'm sitting here. Sir Hand's here. Tommy's there. And Irina's there. if you can't tell, but those who've been here know what the seating arrangements. We're watching the games, we're joking. Sirhan says, "Hey Alex, I'm gonna propose something. You probably won't agree, but let's just say," and this is the exact finger point moment, "Wes Welker for Adrian Peterson." This is the face. I was like, "What?"
That was the face.
He said, "Wes Welker for Adrian Peterson."
Want to know what my face looked like?
And I'm like, "Are you serious?" He said, "Yeah." Would you take it? Now, mind you, I've learned that when you get something like that handed to you, you don't say, "Yeah, I'll take it." Yeah, no. I played this shit cool as a cucumber. All right, don't do it. Mind you, this dude said, "Yeah, okay, I think that's a good trade." Mind you, this is minutes before the Minnesota Seahawks game. So I was like, "Do it." He's like, "Yeah, but I have Adrian Peterson." This is what his words. "I have Adrian Peterson playing, so we'll do it after." I was like, "Okay." Mind you, I still don't take him seriously because obviously a smart person would say no. So we go. We're watching the game and we see Adrian Peterson go up. My dude runs for what was it? His first run.
It was like an
86-yard touchdown run. Smart me says, "Fuck. Hey, this is me to saying, let's just do it now." He does it. I said, "Go ahead, click it. Propose it." He didn't know how to do the trust. I said, "You go right there. You sure you want to do this?" Yeah. I had nothing to do with it. Did not touch the thing. I said, "Here, click it. You sure?" He's like, "Oh, but I have another trade." I said, No. Let's finish our first trade. Then we talk after. I said, "If we do the trade now, it will go in after the game." He clicks it. And then I said, "All right, let me hear your second trade." He says, "Okay, Alex, how about this? Jamal Charles for Torrey Smith and James Jones." The amount of power it took to hide my expression took all the power in the world. I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Click it. Mind you, this is when Sophia and Martin comes in. I'm like, no. We're doing business. We'll talk to you after.
Yeah.
I give him the computer. I say, "Here, click it." He didn't know how to do the secretary. I say, "Here, you go here." Mind you, I had my hands is not touching it. This was all him. He clicks the trade. This was the dumbest trade. This is a nominee for the dumbest trade made. You know how bad it is that to this day, this man is still trying to defend it. Sir, you made a dumb ass trade. I don't care how many receivers you have that you could spare. All right? You don't give them up for Jamal Charles. Jamal Charles is not that good. I've learned that lesson the hard way. My dude ran for 4 yards in one game.
He did good for me.
He did good for him, and then 4 yards in one game. I don't care how many running backs you think you have. You don't give up your number one for Wes Welker. Wes Welker's not getting that much touches. I've seen it. Gronk is back. Gronk made best friends with King Brady, and they're good now. Wes Welker won't be getting that much touches. And you give away the number one running back in the league, and your defenses will look at his matchups. Matchups matter to lower level people like your what's his Matthews guy that you
Right, Matthews.
right, and Rashard Jennings. Matchups matter for those people. Matchups do not matter for the running backs of Arian Foster, Adrian Peterson, Marshawn Lynch, Matt Forte. Those guys are at a level where matchups don't mean shit.
Even Trent Richardson could be putting that.
Even Trent Richards, yeah, hell yeah. Because Trent Richards has been beast
Ray Rice
mode.
is another one.
Of course. See, I'm even forgetting all the great ones. They don't matter. Matchups don't matter for
Let's
them.
just say this. If they are in the top 5 running backs of fantasy football, or even in the league themselves, matchups don't matter. They'll find their holes and they will get through, especially if your offensive line is good. And guess what? All those running backs, they have good offensive line. They get the holes. Matthews, you don't. Chris Johnson, you definitely don't. And Rashard Jennings, you need to go to a better team.
I don't know.
You're not Maurice Jones-Drew. He's another one. Matchups don't matter, but he's hurt.
These guys are what we call beast mode. Because they will turn it up and you cannot stop them.
I'm a dick.
I'm a dick. All right? There's a reason why. Mark, that was awesome when you put that. All right? This just don't matter to these people. And let's break it down. If we switch it around, this is basically what I got. I got a number one running back for at least number 12. Because when Jamal Charles, he's off.
When he's on, he's on, but when he's off, he's off.
And he's been.
Go.
Yeah, sorry about that. We had a little technical cutoff difficulties. And I was also talking about the Wes Welker. I gave away Wes Welker for Torrey Smith and James Jones. Mind you, sir, I have Randall Cobb. So basically, I have two of Aaron Rodgers' top weapons. Jermichael Finley is a non-factor. All right? And even if Jordy Nelson comes back, Aaron Rodgers already found his groove. So James Jones and Randall Cobb, granted they're on a bye week this week, but when I get them back, a brother's going to have choices. So thank you for that, sir. And you can defend it till you're blue in the face. Sir, you got trade raped. Not only did you get trade raped, you got consensually trade raped.
Yeah, you wanted it done.
You wanted this done to you. I just stood there like an innocent bystander. That's like a hot-ass girl come over and say, do you want the pussy? What am I going to do, say no? Hell no. Okay. And then she said it, you want it again. Okay. That's basically what happened to you,
It
sir.
tastes so good the first time, you needed to go for
And mind you, I didn't approach her. You came to me, sir, and got trade raped. This got to be the first ever consensual trade rape done in the history of fantasy football. Got to check the records, but it has to be. So you could defend it like a victim who's... All right, let me not go there. But let's say you could defend it and say, no, you didn't get it, but you got it. You got fucked. All right? And so ends my happy rant. Because, sir, you have made me not only a playoff contender for the rest of the regular season, you have set me nice for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I salute you, sir. So continue to defend about matchups. And, no one believed that AP was good in the beginning and you got him. You want a biscuit? Because you gave him away anyway. So that's all irrelevant. So thank you, sir. I bid you adieu. And so ends my happy rant.
And then we'll be back for the week, what is this, 10?
Week 10 predictions.